Namaste and hi friends, it's Parvati here with Visionary Veda, coming to you today, June 4th, 2020, with my part 2 video outlining the energies of the month of June. It's going to be a very potent month. So in this part 2 video, I'm going to speak primarily about the energies around this upcoming new moon, full moon eclipse. That's happening tomorrow, June 5th, 2020, or June 6th, depending on where in the world you are. In my part 3 video, I will go over the energies of the upcoming solar eclipse that's going to be happening on June 21st, summer solstice. This is going to be a very powerful eclipse, and I'm going to make a very important video in my part 3, so please stay tuned for that and make sure to share that information as well. So getting started with the full moon. We're going to have a very powerful and very penetrating full moon in the Vedic sidereal sign of Scorpio, in the nakshatra of Jyeshta, okay? This full moon is going to be widely conjunct Ketu. Ketu is sitting in another sign. It's sitting in Mula Nakshatra, which is in Sagittarius. So this indicates a continuation of the ripening of the karmas, right? And we are seeing its effects being played out now in our world. So the full moon is going to continue to illuminate these karmas and continue to bring them into fruition. Given that it's Ketu, it stems from past life deeds. Ketu is the karaka, or the planet that signifies past lives and our ancestry. So our ancestors' karmas as well will be highlighted. Because this full moon is in the sidereal sign of Scorpio, it's going to give us the ability to penetrate deeply. It's going to shine a light into where there is darkness, into where within ourselves and in the world have pushed down our traumas. It's going to show us and illuminate for us where the source of our unconscious traumas come from. So there's a few ways in which to navigate this potent full moon, right? Just like with everything, there's no real good or bad. It's just an occurrence. It's just an opportunity for us to be able to utilize the energies. And the way we utilize the energies depends on our level of awareness, right? So if you have been someone who has been practicing your sadhana, who's been practicing spiritual practices, who's been doing any kind of inner work, if you're a light warrior, you will welcome the opportunity for this powerful full moon to be able to illuminate those places of unconsciousness and darkness within ourselves. Is going to be tied to past life or past actions or karmas, because it's going to be with Ketu, right? So, you know, it is an opportunity for those of us who do practice. But then again, there are those of us that don't practice and get easily caught up in the mundane outworld projection of the world, that don't feel comfortable, have not done practices which help them to stabilize inwardly traumas and darkness and events that are coming up for view. So when that happens, a lot of people get off balance. You know, we have almost four planets. We do have 4 planets if we include Pluto, but we'll have Mercury soon going retrograde. So that means that we will feel everything on a very personal level. And every sign of the zodiac is going to be involved with these series of eclipses. So we're all going to feel it on some level, right? So it's important to remember to not take yourself so seriously, not to take things so personally, not to take what other people are, because, you know, more likely than not, people are going to be disturbed during this full moon. You know, the full moon is normally the time of lunacy, right? And especially when it's in a sensitive sign like Scorpio. So yeah, be prepared for things to heighten and actually for people to go a little bit more bonkers as well, more bonkers than they already are, but in a very imbalanced way. So don't take everything so seriously, so personally, and react so emotionally, because this is what's going to be up for most of us. Okay, so try and have a little bit of compassion and patience and awareness of what the energies are showing us. What is this full moon illuminating? This full moon is going to be in the nakshatra of Jeshta. Jeshta, one of the symbols for it is the eldest, right? So it's also lorded by Mercury. So now Mercury, its lord, the lord of this full moon, is going to be sitting in its own sign of sidereal, Gemini conjunct Rahu. Luckily, they're in separate nakshatras, but Mercury is still going to be in Ardhara nakshatra. So it could show a lot of upheaval and calamities and disorientation, delusion, illusion, confusion, smoke and mirrors around communication, commerce, and other significations of Mercury, right? So be prepared for the crazy conspiracy theories to even go to the next level, right? Be prepared for communication to be completely confused and distorted. When all of these things happen on the outward world, the only thing to do is to come back within. And before the end of this video, I will recommend some mantras to help with all of this, right? To help process with all of this. So, okay, continuing on. So Mercury, yeah, it's also going to have a 6th house aspect or a 6th house relationship with this full moon, which can bring to light, a lot of hard work, but also feeling like depleted and heavy and burdened. It can illuminate people that may have been friends that are now enemies, people that don't have your best interests at heart. Just try not to take all of this too much to heart while it's happening. Just know and be grateful for what it's illuminating. Try not to judge so much, because everybody is in a state of confusion and a lot of people are reactive right now. Try and cultivate some patience with yourself and with others, because it's going to be needed. And the only way to do that is to come from a place of inner balance. But we know that, right? Okay, so then this full moon is going to be directly aspected, of course, by the sun, but the sun is conjunct with Venus. And Venus is badly combust in its own sidereal sign of Taurus, okay? In the nakshatra of Rohini, which is also in turn lorded by the moon. So there's a lot of connections here with the significations of these 3 planets. Venus specifically, right? Because Venus is going retrograde and it's combust. So its significations are going to be impacted. Health, money, wealth, relationships, luxuries, vehicles, women, so all of these significations within our own charts, as well as out on the world stage. Watch for it, see how it's impacted, vehicle industry, women's services, like, salons and stuff like that, right? Health concerns, like we're just coming out of a huge crisis. Venus going retrograde can put us maybe back into somewhat of a danger zone with that. Wealth, money, liquid assets. There could be a great change to our monetary and financial systems, which it's already happening, but we can start feeling it after this eclipse and the 2 subsequent weeks moving into the solar eclipse. All right, so it's very, very powerful energy. How to stay grounded and navigate through this energy. The other thing I wanted to mention is that we have also Saturn and Jupiter going retrograde, and Saturn's own sign of sidereal Capricorn. So all the planets are very much involved with these upcoming series of eclipses. So we're all going to feel it very internally. I think maybe I mentioned that. Anyway, moving on, how can we best navigate? So those of us who have been doing spiritual practices, especially in learning how to navigate the realms of one's mind, the best use of our time right now would be to start utilizing our practices, or not start, but during the eclipse, definitely do those practices. Hopefully we've been cultivating some strength in them, because it's really needed at this time. The mantras are going to be very powerful if you are someone who practices mantra sadhana. Okay, and the reason why is because mantra indicates the mind. It is what protects and nourishes the mind. So while the mind is going to be seeing its own darkness, it's important to protect and nourish it and support it in its process, right? So mantra will really help to ground and stabilize and center you during this time. So anything having to do with the sun, the moon, or Venus will be helpful. Let's see, for the sun, I would recommend chanting the Gayatri mantra. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha Om Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat Om. And for the moon, you can practice doing the Mahamrutyunjaya mantra. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityur Mukshya Mamritatta. And then for Venus, it is good to practice the Bija mantra, Shrim, Shrim, Shrim. Yeah? So those three mantras, the Gayatri mantra, the Mahamrityunjaya mantra, and the Bija mantra for Venus. If during the eclipse window you are practicing any kind of sadhana, it would be a great one to include. Okay? So I hope that is helpful. Please stay tuned for my part 3, outlining the energies of the upcoming total solar eclipse of the sun. It's going to be very impactful, and I hope this information was of benefit and of service to you. If you like it, please do like, subscribe, and share. It just helps others to get this information. And until next time, I wish you all a very happy full moon. Thank you so much. Enjoy the life, and take care. All right. Bye-bye.